Hi, everybody. I'm Dr. Lisa Merritt. Today's Wednesday's Wheel of Wellness. I hope you find it fun for me to spin this for you and you learn something new as I share all the different topics that I've learned over the years. So today I added on a new one and took off the topic from last week, which was about anger and moods. So we'll see what we get to spin. So I added anemia, but you don't know if that's going to be the one I do. Are you ready? Here we go. This is about tongue and nails. Now, you may think, why would that be about tongue and nails? But it's from Chinese diagnosis that I want to talk to you about that because you could tell a lot about your health by looking at your tongue and looking at your nails. And the Chinese say you can tell about your constitution, you can tell about your circulation, you can tell about underlying issues that you have, you could tell what you need to do today or something that's been going on for a long time. So it might seem a little gross to you, but let me have you learn about this and maybe take a pen and paper and get a mirror and look at your tongue. So when you stick out your tongue, you want to see it have a good shape. And you don't want it to point at the end because the Chinese say that a very pointed tongue, especially if it's red, can be a heart issue. If your tongue has teeth marks on the sides, when you stick it out and it looks like it's been pushing on your teeth, that means that maybe your spleen and pancreas aren't working as well. And you might have a sweet tooth, or you might have a little bit of an immune issue that you need to take care of because that's what your spleen does. So watch your sugar if you have some teeth marks. Also, if you look at your tongue and you see very coated and very pasty, that means there's some digestive issues and maybe you have yeast in your system. If your tongue has what they call a geographical tongue, that means there's a respiratory problem that could be occurring. So, allergies or asthma, or maybe some lung issues, or you've had a cold. So, a geographical tongue looks like there's Africa and America on the white, and the red is behind it. So, it's hard to explain that, but you could look that up if you want. If you have a very dark tongue way on the back, and it's not because you had coffee, it can mean that maybe your kidneys need work. So, also look under your tongue and see if there's very dark, bulging vessels and if they're very purplish. And that means that maybe you're building up carbon dioxide and your liver needs to cleanse a little bit more and you need to get more oxygen in your system and purify your blood. If you lift up, isn't this fun? I mean, people love when I do this stuff. They always go, tell me about what you see. But it's not voodoo, it's actual Chinese diagnosis. So if you lift up your lip and you've never heard that little frenulum, that little piece of skin, it can tell you about your small intestine and your large intestine. So if you have a big bump on that line and it's closer to the lip, that means it's a small intestine issue, and maybe you're not digesting fats very well, and you might have to have your gallbladder worked on a little bit more. If the cyst was what we call that little bumpy on the frenulum, hey cat, if you have a little cyst that's closer to your teeth, that means maybe your large intestine has ulcerations or you have irritable bowel. So those are some of the things that you see about your tongue. Now, your nails, they tell a lot about the luna, which is the moons. Now, I have blue nail polish, which I thought it was fun for the end of summer, but when I want to look at somebody's nails, I don't want nail polish on. So if you look at the luna, which are those little moons, you want a good constitution about the person is the luna are big, smaller, 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 and almost nothing on the pinky. And the luna should be very defined. like you have good pink and then good white Luna. That is a sign of your constitution. Now, sometimes that can be genetic, but if you have a really healthy diet and over time, the Chinese do feel that it can change. And I've seen it change on people when they do have dietary habits change and lifestyle habits change. If you have a lot of ridges, it means your adrenals could be having some wear and tear. If the ridges have little bumps on them, it means that maybe there's arthritis occurring as well, and you may have joint problems. If the shape of the nails also have too much scoop, like downward, it means there could be some lung problems. If it goes the other way, like a spoon and flat, that could be anemia. Another sign of anemia can be that you stretch your hands out, not real hard, but just a little bit, and you see very white. That means you're not getting oxygen to your periphery and that your vessels are not having good flow to the tips of your finger, and you could be anemic. So, those are signs of that as well. And then they talk about the shape of your hands and the shape of your lips. And when I was in early years of college, I studied macrobiotic methods of eating, which was Japanese, and it was called physiognomy. And you could look at someone's face and tell a lot about their health. So there's a lot of fun things to learn that your body tells you and to look for those signs. So I thought tongue and nails might be fun for all of you to learn a little bit. And you never know what I'm going to talk about because there's just a world of things that I studied, and my curiosity has made me just expand my knowledge so that I can help you further. So I'm here for you and look forward to you sharing your thoughts about today's tongue and nail diagnosis. And if you ever have more questions, I can answer them if you want to write down some topics you want me to include on here. But next week on a Wednesday, we'll do the Wheel of Wellness again. And every day we do something fun and something interesting and something to make learning be interesting to you as well. Because your health should be that you gain knowledge and you gain ownership of your health by gaining more knowledge as well. So I'm Dr. Lisa Merritt. I love you all, and we'll talk to you soon. Have a great day. Bye bye.